Hawaiian FM 100.3, 99.1, and online at kaparadio.com. Enjoying this Zoom edition along with our on-air kapacafe as we do every Friday. Mahalo to our sponsor, Kona Grill House. You can call for daily specials at 323-3512. And joining us at the kapacafe, Lopaka Rootz. Aloha kakahiaka.
Hey guys, aloha. Good to see you.
What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Where are you right now?
I work at Kukio, so I found a break over here at this rock wall where I could kick back and talk with you guys for a little bit.
Ah,
Nice.
not a bad place to be spending your day.
No, not at all. It's my Aloha Friday too, because I work Sundays through Thursday, so today is my Friday.
Yeah,
Nice.
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 Well,
Hey, go ahead, Jazz.
let's start off first. Let's start off by who is Lopaka Rootz? Let's kind of start there, man. Let's get everybody who's not aware of you and our fans, who you might be. You know, like kind of where it started with you. You know, were you born with a guitar in your hand, or was it late in your life? How did music come to be with Lopaka Rootz?
Well, I'm a local artist here from Kona town, and I've always been kind of into music, but never really playing music. So maybe like the last 10 years or so, I got into playing and learning music, and I started playing reggae music, and then I started writing my own reggae music. So it hasn't been since the past 3 years that I actually started taking it seriously and started recording with Michael Supernaut over there at Mana Music Studio and pursuing and pushing the dream.
Wow, you get to work with the top guy like right off the bat.
Yeah, I got really lucky with that. It's funny how the universe kind of opens things up sometimes, and next thing you know, you're working with all the pros and like getting to work with brother Pat too on lead guitar. Pat Skilton's incredible.
Yeah. What is the I guess you would say, explain to us like what your style would be or your vibe, I guess, because you have a you know, I look as well. You know, you're kind of the whole package, but I kind of want you to kind of describe what your vibe is.
I used to describe it as like folk rock reggae with a side order of hip hop, but it's evolving still. You know, I don't really know, because for the longest time I wanted to be like Soulja or Revolution or Tribal Seeds, because I like a lot of that Cali mainland reggae. But I like my local reggae too, and I've just sort of evolved into the artist that I'm becoming. Like, I don't even officially think I'm even there yet. I feel like it's this process of like climbing this summitless mountain.
Yeah.
You know, Lopaka, what if you don't mind me asking, where were you born and raised?
Okay, so the deal is his mom is from Waimanalo, so she's born and raised on the islands. But when I was little, when I was born, she had moved to the mainland with my dad. So my dad is from like the East Coast, so that's why my songs, and I'm very enunciated and stuff, is I did get a East Coast education and everything, but I was always over here during the summers. Like once things didn't work out, I found myself here on the islands and like vibing out and going to all like the cousins like parties. And it was interesting because being half and half, or being Hapa and going and being in Waimanalo after being in Pennsylvania for like all year, and the kids would be like, "Hey, who's that brought over there? Who's that, you know, that Harley brought over there?" And and they'd be, "Hey, that's our cousin." And then I would go to the East Coast, and then it would be this whole thing of kind of like, "Hey, where are you from? Are you from like Puerto Rico or something?" And I'd say, "Oh, I'm from Hawaii too." So I feel like I've always had kind of like both sides, good and bad. So I've gotten to experience the duality of life in a way.
Wow, Waimanalo. You cannot get more Oka'aina than Waimanalo.
Nope, not at all. A lot of our family is musicians. Gabby Pahinui is like one of my great uncles. And Uncle Peter Pahinui, who used to live over here, we used to visit him a lot. So I kind of took a different direction with music. I mean, I love Hawaiian contemporary music, but for me, I connect more to like reggae for some reason. Yeah. It's fun for me to express that way. But I definitely love my old style Hawaiian music. That's for sure.
You know what I really appreciate about you is there's many of people that will record music and don't really push it in any way, shape. They don't gig, they don't do this, and then they're wondering like, nobody likes my stuff, nobody listens to me, you know, nobody's hiring me. And because they don't really go out and push themselves. You, on the other hand, are like everywhere and anywhere, doing, you know, what you can to get out there. When did that start for you, when you said, you know what, if I go play music, I'm going to let the world know and everybody have my stuff?
Well, the irony is we've come full circle, because you were the first one that I asked when I started releasing music of, how do I get known? How do I get it out there? How do I get people to be able to hear it? He said, brother, you got to put yourself on every flyer. You got to do every gig, every interview, keep pushing music and just keep pursuing it. Like, it's not just going to happen. You have to gain the momentum and start building momentum. So because of you giving me that insight, I started gaining momentum and pushing. And then I started getting the hang of it, making my own cover art or networking and doing a music video or going and playing a gig that was for free, but you never know who you connect with. So I used to play with the full band, and it was cool to play with the full band and everything, but it became this thing of like, if I couldn't afford to pay my band members, which I need to do, then I need to figure out how to do it solo. So I started going out playing solo acoustic, any gig that I could, and then I got a looper and started looping the music. And now when I do sit-ins or sit-in jams, because I have a residency at Humpy's and at Kona, I'll take my looper, and then people will actually come in and sit in with me on trumpet or on cajon, or on the 4th of July, I got the jam with Pancho Man. So it's really cool that if you put it out there and you keep grinding and pushing, things slowly start to open up. It's a process.
What do you think? Thank you for the shout out, matter of fact. But what do you think is the, I guess, as far as your work ethic that you could share with other musicians out there, especially solo ones, to get a residency somewhere, like to have a regular 2 to 3 night week gig at a couple of places is how, you know, many musicians can survive. You know, what would you say professionally has been able to, you know, get you the gigs?
Well, right now, because of the COVID thing, I had to take a chance on these gigs because they couldn't really pay what they used to pay before because of tourism not happening and everything. So I took a pay cut, but it was more about going out and playing the music and being out there and building and generating. Because every time you play a show, you never know who's going to be in the audience. It could be a new potential fan. It could be somebody who is in the business. It could be some friend that enjoys it and shares with another friend. Every possible performance is another connection to get you further where you want to go. Plus, it's just fun to get out there. I was doing a lot of internet streaming and live streaming, and it was nice to do that. But the energy of the crowd and playing for a crowd and getting them hyped and practicing my professionalism, being in front of people, there's nothing like that in the world. Like that's why we do it. I mean, you do have to get paid for what you do too. That's the other thing, is there's a fine line of like people who will take advantage of musicians and artists. But mainly you want to go out there and put your heart out there. And if you do the right thing, I feel like if you're Pono, it comes back full circle.
Absolutely. So Lopaka, what's, you know, you've been pretty constant with releasing new music, creating and releasing. How do you keep the inspiration and creativity flowing all the time?
Well, honestly, I feel like I don't really write the music. I mean, I know that I transcribe it, but I feel like it's something that we're all connected to. And it's like there's like these giant imaginary apples out there, right? Like next year, Taylor Swift is going to write a hit. Ed Sheeran's going to write the next big hit. And like they're out there for us to just pluck from the ether of everything, of creation. So I feel like in the right moment in time, all of a sudden the idea will happen. Like I'll start with an idea for like a song title or for a hook, and I'll build the song around that title or that hook. And not every song is going to be a gem. That's just how it is for some reason, you know, like not everybody wrote every single hit. I mean, the Beatles kind of did, but they had a bunch that weren't hits either.
Right.
But it's fun because as long as you take that idea, you capture it and you push it and record it and get it out there, you never know which one's going to hit. So I'm just inspired by life in general and having the opportunity to work and play music right now. I mean, this is an interesting time to be creative.
Absolutely.
On your latest single, which has kind of been the one that has kind of really put you on the mat as of late, is Living My Best Life. Now on this CD or on this single, you kind of did a change up on here. I wouldn't say you switched genres, but you went with an Oahu producer who's known for kind of being a little bit more on the R&B-ish reggae side and kind of being a little bit more commercial. And it's worked for you because you've been able to get played everywhere.
So the thing about that was it was taking a chance. Like I had met him maybe 8 months ago. He had come through and he was checking out some of the different bands here, and they were at the Hilo Holalea. And he was like, you know, you should come produce or do a track with me and I'll produce you. And, you know, it was kind of expensive for me, like to talk his price, I was kind of like, you know, that's super risky for me to do, but I felt like music is like my college now. So the next level of going to musical college was to work with a different producer see how he works, what he creates, work with his ideas and his flow, because it kind of gives me more knowledge as an artist of what I need to do to keep growing and maintaining it. I actually have one more track worked with him too. So that one is going to be releasing probably in the next few months or so, but it's a cover track, and it's a reggae song, but it's a George Strait country song done in reggae.
Yeah.
Figured a hit or something, but I have a feeling that one's going to gain some momentum as well.
Now
I'm really excited about that one. It's just taking a while.
You broke up a little bit during the conversation, but the producer we're talking about is it Pana?
Oh, actually, I'm working with his partner, Leslie Luzio.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah, because Les and Pana worked together, but Pana did all the mixing and the mastering of Living My Best Life.
Yeah, they're all from the Hot Rain crew, yeah?
Yep, that's him. And
Yeah.
I know he does a lot, like Les does a lot of, he's Jay Boog's drummer, and then he also used to drum with the Green as well.
Yeah, and Pana's known for the Utu Bang Bang stuff.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And
Right on, man.
Les had actually just produced Anna V's Hawaii song too, or Hawaii song, Hawaii. So you can tell like each of them has their little signature style a lot of time when the song rolls in, but it was a lot of fun to try something new. And I did like the sound, and it kind of pushed me to try a different style, because I don't really want to be just in a box of like, okay, this is all Lopaka Rootz can do. I kind of want to be able to just create, and if people like that, my goal is not to have everybody like every single song of mine. It's to have one song that at least everybody can resonate.
Yeah. Right on. Where can people catch you nowadays? Are you performing virtually or anything anywhere? I'm assuming you are.
Well, I was for a little bit, but now it's mostly during the weekends. Since I started the residency, I've been every other Friday at Humpy's Ale House in Kona, and every other Saturday at Papa Kona, which is the old Daylight Mine. So this Saturday I'll be at Daylight Mine Coffee, or actually Papa Kona is what it's called now. I'll be there on Saturday, and then the following Friday at Humpy's Ale House.
Awesome. And tell everybody how we can follow you on social media.
Okay, Lopaka Rootz with a Z at the end. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I have an old verified TikTok account when it was Musically, and as well as YouTube and all the music streaming platforms.
One more question. What's the manao behind your beard? Because it's a different kind of beard. And I'm only asking because I have no facial hair or hair anywhere up there. And so is there a manao behind your style of beard?
Okay, Jazz, here's the secret. You see this? I'm going bald up top too, brother. So, well, I got the hair. I'm trying to grow it, but I can't grow a mustache or grow any hair here, so I have to clean that up. But then at the same time, I can have some roots here growing from my face, I guess. I don't know. I just gotta let it grow.
So the trick is, wherever it grows, just groom that and make it look cool.
I might as well, because I'm not going to have it forever. I mean, I could always eventually, if it gets long enough, I can comb it over the top and be like Cousin It if I need to.
Nah, dude, I think you'd look good bald, bro. I know a barber.
Thank you, my brother. Hey, soon come. I promise you that. Soon come.
Shoots, bro. Bro, it's always a pleasure working with you, my man, and talking story with you. And we'll talk to you soon, bro.
Take care.
How you doing, guys? Aloha.
Aloha.